Courageous friend of the Iranian resistance and member of the United States House of Representatives, please welcome Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee.
Greetings. It's a pleasure to be able to greet my dear sister, Madam Rahavi, and to greet all of you who are gathered in this most momentous occasion. You will see that I am wearing a face mask because I could not be honest with the world if I did not acknowledge my friends and neighbors in Houston and Texas who are facing their own mountain of struggle with COVID-19. Now, Iran is facing the same struggle. And it is important, Madam Rahavi, to have good government. When you have good government, when you have democracy, you can take care of those who are in need. The numbers in Texas are 338,000 cases, and we've had thousands of people who have died, family and friends. And so my commitment to Houston and Texas is to stand in the gap and fight to make sure that good government does the right thing so that I can save more lives. This conference today is to ensure that Iran does the right thing and stops again the attacks against the members of the Iranian opposition in Albania. It is important to condemn human rights violations in Iran, to recognize that each person is deserving of human decency, and as well as I have read and viewed this dynamic 10-point plan of my sister in supporting a secular, democratic, non-nuclear Republic of Iran. I encourage those who love democracy to never yield, to stand with courage and continue the fight, no matter how long that fight may take. I'm supporting the Albanian officials for expelling Iranian ambassador from Albania. I've been to Albania during the Albanian war. I know the good people of that great land. I know that they long for democracy as well and the protection of all groups. Urging Albania again to close the Iranian regime embassy for the ongoing terror plots against the Iranian opposition and members of the MEK. We must stand united. We must applaud and recognize that the Albanian government is good in its desire and the work that it has done by hosting the MEK members in Albania. That is a courageous and important step as part of the world family, the human family. You know, I want to thank former Senator John Kerry. I remember going to Albania during the Albanian War, where there was a need to protect those who were of the minority. And I thank former Secretary of State John Kerry, who was the architect of the relocation of the MEK members from Iraq to Albania. And I remember being in the midst with so many members of Congress who are fighting to save you and as well to close down those terrible camps that were not allowing you to see your loved ones or to get medical care. How inhumane. We are looking for a time, Madam, when the leadership of Iran will be one of democracy, one that is secular, one that is loving, one that respects the decency of all people. And I'm very glad to be part of 222 members of Congress, a majority of the House of Representatives, that supports the Iranian opposition and Madam Rahavi for a free Iran. As you well know, we are in a fight to defeat COVID-19 as the world is. And we will win that battle by doing the right thing, by having stay-at-home orders, by continuing to test, by listening to science and medicine. I hope that Iran will do the same and not hide its numbers and not let people know what is transpiring there. And the reason why I can say that is because I know that it saves lives. And a dear person, a soldier on the battlefield for democracy and human rights, is our great civil rights icon and friend, the late John Lewis. I must say to the world that America's lost one of the greatest Americans, a person who loved peace, one person who stood alongside of Dr. Martin Luther King, who taught us about the beloved community. He was my friend, my brother. We loved each other because I loved freedom, I loved democracy, and he was the father of it in 20th century America, 21st century America. He was the conscience of the Congress. He led us to believe in the equality of all people. He stood in the gap. He was arrested. He went to jail. He was brutalized and beaten. He bled for justice. Yes, his fight was to ensure that those who were the descendants of enslaved Africans could be free, but he did not limit himself to those. All people were in the realm of John Lewis's fight for justice and freedom. And I am so glad to have been able to call him friend. If all of our nations could walk in his footsteps of freedom and peace and justice, what a great world this would be. Thank you, Madam, for your great, my sister, for your great continuous fight, your 10-point plan. It has been the guiding force. You are the guiding force. Congressman John Lewis, of course, was a guiding force for us, and I believe he is a guiding force for the world. His legacy will be a fierceness of now. We should never stand away from justice, equality, and freedom for all, and the dignity of all human beings. That is his legacy. We in the United States will continue to stand for his legacy. That is the fierceness of now. I support your efforts for democracy. Keep on moving in that direction so that all Iranians will have the democracy and the dignity they deserve. It is the fierceness of now. Thank you.